part of the challenge that the city of Jamestown has is that it's got a declining population and has for many years. Its housing stock is getting much, much older. And you've also had new buildings, whether senior citizen, high-rise, or Appleyard for Code, or the other projects that are being run by Lutheran Heritage that are providing additional housing options. So you have new housing options coming online for our senior citizens, which is great. At a time when you have declining population, no surprise then that you're getting higher vacancy in existing housing stock. Jamestown at the same time has, as you know, the highest tax rate of any city in the entire state of New York. They are at their maximum taxing level. So with that high tax rate, it's hard to encourage people to make a lot of investment in property within the city. The legislation that Senator Young and I were able to get through the legislature, which we know the governor is signing, will enable someone who wants to make that type of major capital investment in a dilapidated property within the city of Jamestown to have their assessment increased over a period of 10 years so that they can recoup their investment without being whacked by the high property tax rate within the city. And it's my understanding the county is going along as well by extending that phase-in on assessment over a period of 10 years. Now the concept is it's better to phase in new construction and a major investment over 10 years and end up gradually increasing your tax base than to not have that new construction in the first place because it's not cost competitive within the city limits.
Do you consider what people call slumlords? Do you consider those people criminals?
Well, generally not. You know, you use the phrase slumlord or landlord, and some people think all landlords are slumlords. That's not the case. So the city has a fairly comprehensive building and safety code and a zoning code, which they can enforce. And those are normally civil rather than criminal enforcement actions. And so they can fine, for example, the landlord if they're not maintaining the property in accordance with the zoning and building code. If the violations are serious enough, the city has the power to actually shut down the property, condemn it, if you will, at which point the landlord is still paying property taxes and still incurring any mortgage payments or whatever, but can't rent it until he fixes the property up. The real solution to the housing issues in the city of Jamestown is to encourage a lot more businesses to locate close by and expand employment opportunities, because if the population starts expanding because of more job opportunities, then the demand for housing goes up, and as the demand goes up, obviously what people are able to pay and what they're willing to pay goes up. They're able to pay more for a house, they're able to invest more in a house because they've got a better job.